Welcome back to the Spoken Word Podcast with Moms Are Loved, where silence speaks and truth finally answers back. You don't need my name, just the truth I came to speak. This episode is he was playing Russian roulette with your soul. Take a breath and let's begin. Before we dive in, let me tell you something real. Russian roulette isn't always a game with a gun, a table, or a trigger you can see. Sometimes it's a game played with your life by someone you trusted with your heart. And what if I told you that some of us, including myself, have played Russian roulette without even knowing it? Not the gun in your hand kind, but the emotional, spiritual, life-altering kind, where you are the one with the target on your head and everyone else in the room knows it except you. Let's talk about it. You look back now, and it's unsettling how the truth hits you differently when the smoke finally clears and you can feel exactly where the barrel once sat, pressed against your spirit. Because the real violence was never just the betrayal. It was the fact you were the only one who didn't know a gun was pointed at your head. You were a wife, visible, committed, faithful, carrying your home, carrying your peace, carrying the entire emotional weight of your family, and you had no idea you was also a target. A target standing in the open while everyone else knew your story before you ever learned the first line. The woman he dealt with, they had all the details on you. Your name, your position, your reality, your role as the wife. You had nothing. No names, no clues, no warnings, no faces to match the betrayal. You could have been checking out at a grocery store, smiling politely at a stranger, exhausted from postpartum, and trying to hold yourself together, never realizing she knew everything about you. She knew the wife, the mother, the woman, you, while you knew nothing about her. That is a different kind of cruelty, a different kind of darkness, a different kind of wound. He created a world where everyone but you was informed. You were walking through your own life like a woman holding a candle in a windstorm. Trying to keep the flame alive while he was out there spinning the chamber and pulling the trigger with your health, your sanity, and your future on the other end of the barrel. You were healing from childbirth, recovering from surgeries, fighting postpartum depression alone at 3 a.m., holding yourself and your home together with strength most people will never understand. while he gambled with your life, as if your body was bulletproof and your soul was replaceable. And now, after the truth finally surfaced, after the evidence, after the diagnosis, after the messages, after the pieces finally came together, people still have the audacity to question you. If it was that bad, why did you stay? Why didn't you know? How could you be blindsided for so long? Are you sure you're not exaggerating? Are you telling the whole truth? The answer is simple, brutal, undeniable. You stayed because you were blindsided. You had no information, no access, no warning, no map, no truth. You stayed because you believed the life you were living was the same one he was living. You stayed because his lies were crafted to look like loyalty, because his manipulation was disguised as consistency, because the danger was hidden behind routines, behind habits, behind silence. You didn't know you were in a war. Didn't know you were the target. Didn't know women were walking around with more knowledge of your marriage than you had as the wife. If you had known, you would have left sooner. If you had known, you would have run. If you had known, you would have saved yourself before he shattered you. But you didn't know. And that's what makes the truth so devastatingly real. You were the wife who loved with an open heart and trusted with an innocent mind, while he aimed, fired, and spun the chamber with your life attached to every risk. He pulled the trigger on your soul over and over. And somehow you survived every shot. Now the chamber is silent. The truth is loud. The mask is gone. And you, the woman never meant to wake up from this, are standing here fully aware of the war you survived. So when they ask, when they doubt, when they question your story, your strength, your healing, you can finally say, I didn't stay because it was tolerable. I stayed because I was blindsided. And now that you see the truth clearly, you're walking away from the gun, the chamber, the lies, the darkness, and building a future that was always meant to be yours. Once you stepped out of the line of fire. Thank you for listening, and I hope this truth helped you today. This is Moms Are Loved. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and visit momsareloved.com for more healing and truth. Until the next episode.